Hello, grade 6 students. How are you all doing? This is the science lecture note number 2 for semester 3, and we are still talking about the human body systems. As you all know, inside our bodies, there are different body systems that work together to perform important life processes such as sensing, movement, digestion, and excretion. The nervous system is one of the most important body systems. This system processes information from the senses and controls and coordinates the body. Here is a real picture of your nervous system. This is a body system, so it is built out of organs. What are the organs that make up our nervous system? The nervous system includes the brain, which is the control center, and the spinal cord. These two organs together, the brain and the spinal cord, build our central nervous system. The nervous system includes also a large network of nerves, and these nerves make our peripheral nervous system. Nerves are sort of like wires that carry communication signals, and there are two main types of nerves: motor nerves that allow the brain to control the muscles, and sensory nerves that take signals to the brain, and they come from your sensory organs, which are the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. So, organs are made of tissues. The nervous tissue builds our nervous system, and tissues are made out of a large number of cells. Our nerves are made of tiny cells called neurons. Here is a drawing of a neuron. The neuron has important parts. We have the cell body or the soma right here, the dendrites, the axon, and the axon terminals. The nervous message moves from the dendrites to the soma, then to the axon, and finally to the axon terminal. The excretory system is also an important body system that helps you in disposing waste out of your body. This body system is made of 4 different organs. The organs are made of tissues for sure, and a group of cells make the tissues. What are the organs that make our excretory system? This system is made out of 4 different organs. First of all, we have the lungs. The lungs' job is to get rid of the carbon dioxide, which is a toxic gas that the body doesn't need. Second, we have the large intestine. The large intestine gets rid or eliminates unwanted and undigested food. Third, we have the kidneys. How do kidneys work? We said that the liver filters the blood from ammonia, which is a toxic substance. Then it turns the ammonia into urea. The urea then moves to the kidneys. In the kidneys, the urea is combined with water and with salt to make the urine. The urine then flows into the 2 ureters connected to the kidneys, and from the ureters, the urine passes to the bladder where it accumulates, and then you will get rid of the urine through the urethra by urination. The kidneys, the ureters, the bladder, and the urethra make our urinary system. The 4th organ is the skin. The skin plays an important role in excretion. It gets rid of urea, of uric acid, of extra water and salt. And here is a section of our skin. The skin is made of 2 layers: the epidermis, which is the outer layer of the body. The skin is the largest organ, and the epidermis is its first layer. This layer is made specially of dead skin cells, and in the dermis you will find lots of things. This layer houses, let's see, the sweat glands, the nerve endings, the blood vessels also. The skin plays an important job. It has four different functions. It excretes or eliminates sweat. It eliminates uric acid, urea, salts, and extra water by sweating. It also protects you against germs and bacteria. It regulates your temperature. We talked about the two ways the body follows to regulate the body temperature. It should be stable at 37 degrees, and the skin also helps you sense the environment because the skin has nerve endings that sense the pressure, the hot weather, the cold weather, etc. Another body system that is too important in our body is the endocrine system. This system accomplishes important functions in the body and it works in harmony with other body systems. Unlike other systems, the endocrine system is made of organs that are not related to each other. The endocrine system is a body system, so it is built out of different organs. The organs are groups of tissues, and a group of cells that works together is called a tissue. What are the organs that make our endocrine system? They are called endocrine glands. Endocrine glands. You ask, what's a gland? So again, the group of endocrine glands in our body forms the endocrine system. The endocrine gland cells make or secrete chemical substances called hormones. Those substances, those hormones, are taken or transported by the blood towards definite organs to a special organ. The hormones are able to modify and change the functioning of this organ. What are examples of endocrine glands in our body? We have the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, the adrenal gland, the pancreas, testicles, and the ovaries. Okay, let's talk about the function of each one of these endocrine glands. Again, they all release hormones, and the hormones are sent to definite organs to modify their functioning. Let me start with the pituitary gland. It is located at the base of the brain. This gland controls the activities of the other endocrine glands and it also controls the body growth. This gland, the pituitary gland, secretes hormones that are responsible for how fast and large we grow, how awake we are, how happy we feel, and more. In your neck, there is the thyroid gland. This gland has the shape of an H, a capital H. It controls the speed at which the body works, and on the back of this gland, you will see four parathyroid glands. These glands control the calcium content of blood. On your kidneys, you will see the adrenal glands. So these glands are located on the kidneys. They control the use of carbohydrates, sugars, and salts in the body, and they also prepare you for emergencies by releasing adrenaline. The pancreas is important for digesting food. It is a digestive gland. It releases pancreatic juice in the intestine to digest food, but it also controls the sugar level in blood by releasing insulin. Last of all, we have the reproductive glands, the ovaries and the testicles. The ovaries are the woman's reproductive glands. They are the female sex glands. These glands produce the ova. Do you remember the ovum involved in sexual reproduction of mammals? So The ovaries are responsible of producing the ova, and they also secrete or release two important hormones, the estrogen and the progesterone. These two hormones are responsible for the development of the secondary sexual characters in the girl. Girls are more sensitive, they are more temperate than boys because of these hormones. The testicles are the male sex glands that produce sperms. The sperm is also involved in the sexual reproduction of mammals, and it also releases testosterone, which is responsible of the development of the secondary sexual characters in the boy. For this reason, boys are usually more aggressive than girls. We will take a closer look on each of these glands. Here is the pituitary gland. Where is it found? It is located at the base of the brain. And what's the job of this gland? It controls the activity of the other endocrine glands, and it also controls the growth of the body. This gland releases hormones that controls how fast, how large we grow, how awake we are, how happy or sad we feel. Second, the thyroid gland. Look at the pink part in the picture. So this gland has the shape of a capital H. It is found in your neck. This gland controls the speed at which the body works. On the back of this gland, look, we have 4 parathyroid glands. What's the job of these glands? Their job is to control the amount of calcium in the body. Here are the 2 kidneys. On each kidney you will see an adrenal gland. The job of these glands is to regulate the use of carbohydrates and salts, and also to secrete adrenaline. Adrenal glands, adrenaline. Why is the adrenaline for? It's for emergency. Look at the pancreas, which is a digestive gland. It secretes insulin, and it also helps in digesting food by releasing the pancreatic juice in the intestine. Here is the sexual glands. We have number 6, the ovaries, found in the women's bodies. So these glands are found in the girls' bodies, and they release ova, estrogen, and progesterone. The testicles are found in the boys' bodies, and they secrete testosterone and sperms. These endocrine glands release their hormones in the blood, okay? And those substances, the hormones, are transported by the blood towards definite organs. So they have a target. They have a place to go to, and they modify and change the functioning of this cell or of this organ. Where do endocrine glands release their hormones? They release them, and then these hormones are transported by the blood to the target cells. What are examples of human endocrine glands? The pituitary gland, responsible of the body growth and development. The thyroid gland, responsible of how speed you work. The parathyroid, they control the calcium content of blood. The adrenal gland, found on the kidneys, and they secrete adrenaline, which makes you feel stressed or in an emergency case. The pancreas, which helps in digestion. It releases a juice in the intestine to help in digestion. and it also controls the level of glucose in the blood. The ovaries in the girls' bodies that release estrogen and progesterone, and the testicles in the boys' body that release testosterone. What is the endocrine system responsible for? It it is responsible of the body growth, the emotions, how happy, how sad you feel. It is responsible of your sexual functioning, um, of sleep, of blood pressure. So actually hormones control almost everything in the body. As I said in the beginning, the endocrine gland isn't the only type of glands found in the body. We have exocrine glands, but these glands release um, their secretions in specific areas. For example, the sweat and salivary glands, they release their secretions in the skin and inside the mouth. Let's label the parts of the endocrine system. I will start with the first gland found at the base of the brain. This is the pituitary gland that activates and controls the activities of the other glands and that controls the body growth. In the neck, you have the thyroid gland. This gland controls how speed your body works. Right here on the kidneys, there are the adrenal glands. They secrete the adrenaline and they prepare you for emergency. And they also control the use of carbohydrates and salts in the body. This is the pancreas, which is a digestive gland that makes insulin to regulate the level of glucose of sugar in the blood, and it also releases pancreatic juice into the intestine to digest food. Here are the ovaries. This is the body of a girl. So the girl has ovaries. The ovaries are the female sex glands. They release progesterone and estrogen, and they produce the ova. Here is the testicle. The testicles are the male sex glands. The male sex glands that release sperms and that release testosterone. And that's it. What are the different endocrine glands in the body? There are 7. The pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland, the adrenal glands, the pancreas, the ovaries, and the testicles. Each one of these glands has its own function, but they all release hormones, and hormones are chemical substances that modify the functioning of target organs. And we know that the endocrine system controls the growth of the body, and it also controls your emotions, um, how fat, how tall you are, how asleep you are, and so on. Thank you for watching me. If you still have any questions about the lesson, please contact me.